Marc de Saverio hails from Hamilton, Canada. His poems and translations have appeared internationally. In issue 92 of Canadian Notes and Queries magazine, de Saverio's Sanatorium Songs, book from 2013, was hailed as the greatest poetry debut from the past 25 years. In 2016, he received the City of Hamilton Arts Award for Best Emerging Writer. In 2017, his work was broadcasted on BBC Radio 3. His debut became a bestseller in both Canada and the United States, and he published his first book of translations, Ship of Gold, The Essential Poems of Émile Nelligan, from Véhicule Press. Forthcoming is his epic poem, Crito di Volta. He's currently writing his first novel, The Daymaker. De Saverio studied English and history at McMaster University, but never took a degree due to illness, like me. And he is the son of Carlo de Saverio, the scholar and teacher who studied linguistics and languages at University of Toronto, master's in 1981. De Saverio's poem Weekend Pass was adapted into the movie Candy, directed by Cassandra Cronenberg and starring the author himself, and it went to the Toronto International Film Festival in 2013. So please welcome Marc de Saverio.
I just have one request before I begin. Thank you so much for the introduction, David. And I just wanted to say, could you just please mute yourselves while I'm reading? Only because I had a bad experience once when the shuffling of one of the audience members messed up the reading. So would that be all right? Okay.
Oh, that's our general rule, actually, but thanks for reminding me of it. I'm about to mute my mic, and it looks like everyone else is muted, so you are safe and sound.
Okay, so I'll begin with a, I'm going to begin with a translation of Arthur Rimbaud's Voyelle, which is a poem he wrote when he was about 16, and the poem has to do with synesthesia, which means the crossing of senses, like to taste the color, or to see a sound, or to feel a taste. Okay? Ah, noir et blanc, et rouge, vert, or bleu. Voyelle. Someday your secret pregnancies I'll tell. A black corset of blazing hair, he flies and buzz above a nasty funk. Bays of shade, steams intense naivety. White kings, haughty glacial spears, shadows, shivering, eye, crimsons, blood, spit, lovely lips of laugh and wrath, repentant drunkenness. You, cycles, Viridian seas, divine vibrations, piece of cattle scattered pastures, piece of wrinkles which alchemy imprint on the high and the studious brows. O virginal striders of trumpet supreme, silence is diagonal with angels and realms. O L'Omega, his eyes violet beam. Next is, I'll recite another poem from this. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, it's not too loud, but we can hear you. Maybe when you yell, it'll distort, but we can hear you pretty well.
Right on, just making sure. Okay, so onward, I'm going to recite a poem that's called Orpheustus, which I wrote when I was in my early 20s. And Orpheustus is a mask I created, since Oscar Wilde once said, give a man a mask and he'll tell the truth. So at the time I was too timid to say certain things, so I created a mask of Orpheus mixed or melded with Hephaestus, the crippled god of fire. Go, my songs, verse through the ears of the smilers in their sleep. bridge them to their wakes, sound both familiar as a tick when heard with a talk, and strange as the aura of a living room where a family along with CNN counts down the minutes of the last day on earth. Go to my songs, blast the campers off the piggying back of great-great-great-grandpa Dada. Go to the poets, skipping over the limbo bar of poetry. Go, my songs, inspire the overthrow of phony poets professing to pliable neophytes. Behold, here's how to leap over poetry's limbo bar and into the Antigonish. Go, my songs, bridge an ephebic seer to his first awakening. Go to the tear-skinned, wasp-cored souls that hang my off-shooting street. Tell them, if you've been granted equality, you have not received it. Go to those fuckstick rich kids cultivating an enviable ennui and reading campy pamphlets on how to become a heroin addict, who cultivate cliches as ways and aim to be properly impoverished. Bring, sing, get morning bells to ring. Gotterdamarang, Gotterdamarang. Will I, the wise most Siberian, am still young, go like a closet moth fluttering toward the sun. Go, my wannabe muses, transmute into muses. Go through women who awaken aroused, who see their rosy breasts at dawn, then fondle them, then smile. Go knowing passion is vision and compassion is vision and the world's first incision. Go, my songs, but try one world at a time. Go as a soft song, warm wind on my blood sister's spirit lesion. Go to songs toward them, electrify both dance floors and psych wards. Try to soothe the worldwide wound as blindly as heating bathwater would overflow the blob of your sculpturally body. Let the old recluse see sunset's red salamander cirrus. Let your tyrant torched melody lines revein poetry. Feel free to possess Ezra's tweed skeletons digging on the island of the dead because I only hear the splashing of his jewels in the sea. Go, you club-footed songs. Go and bulldozing throngs over America's rhetoric. They shroud it with sheets of its amateur anthems. Cardiac arrest the tyrant's rhetoricians, including myself if I should become one. Nerve-wrack all the tyrants with your by-produced seductiveness. Inspire rioters to handle the tyrants with slack. Go, my songs, assassinate the assassins, then sing me and bring me their hit lists. Go, my manic afflatus. No back-turns wind will sweep the shardy stars. No agency will waste nature's nurse. No iron hand will bend your bars of verse. Go, my songs, go whisperingly singing to the silken souls of those who are hunchbacked in the media. Go, my songs, bitch in the voice of my brothers, sing in that of my fathers. Go toward those who are feeling their ages are not, whirl in their bodies' wisdoms, then spin on the tops of your high notes and halt. In those who see we know they are broken, oh peacekeepers and pieces, oh hunchbacked in the media, oh so deformed unmockables, whose damages they nor I can estimate. Then hum for them softly when you are acquainted. Tell them you wish you could fix them with your presence. Tell them you know a less fortunate boy, even if he does not exist. Tell them you know a less fortunate girl, a teenaging degenerate. Go now, me and mine, for those I still am too proud to sleep with. Songs toward and through them all, but jive with what is sleepless. Chorus in the souls of the hideously bodied. A dear friend of mine recently passed away unexpectedly and tragically. Connor Liam McKeating, the great Connor Liam McKeating, who was born in 1983 and passed away in 2020. I'm going to sing Joy Division's Insight a cappella in his honor. Guess your dreams always end. Guess your dreams always end. They don't rise up, just descend. But I don't care anymore. I've lost the will to want more. I'm not afraid, not at all. I watch them all as they fall. But I remember when we were young. Those with habits of waste. The sense of style and good taste. Of making sure you were right. Hey, don't you know you were right? I'm not afraid, not at all. I'm not afraid anymore. I keep my eye on the door, but I remember. Tears of sadness for you. More upheaval for you. Reflects a moment in time. A special moment in time. Yeah, we wasted our time. Yeah, we really didn't have time. But we remember when we were young. And all God's angels beware. And all you judges beware. Sons of chance, take good care. For all the people not there. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid anymore. This is a poem called Code Yellow. It is a villanelle. Villanelle is a form that has 19 lines. It's a very strict form. It's called Code Yellow. In a Code Yellow in hospital or medical terminology means when a patient has eloped from the hospital. And the poem itself, the speaker is dedicating the poem, the villanelle, to his doctor in order to explain why he has eloped from the hospital. My shard-studded club feet blaze me astray. Hallucinated staffs wind their tracks across the stars. I sing my songs of stars along my way, which dot connecting fireflies display here, there, and there, my blank avatars, my shard-studded club feet blaze me astray, away from the shadow crosses of mint and men which weigh the hereditary rosary beads of wars. I sing my songs of stars along my way, because my eye light poke through the papier mâché, whose thorns of darkness tied my tears and pricked my scars. My shard-studded club feet blaze me astray and stray me ablaze. This music as measureless as the lightning vein verve of a runaway. Breaking, I hear the universe's ultimate bars. I sing my songs of stars along my way, and I am vivace with vision. I'll tell for a sigh someday. The stranger's staff still winds his tracks across the stars. My shard-studded club feet blaze me astray. I sing my songs of stars along my way. Thanks, guys. Next, we're going to go to Canto 1 of my epic poem, Crito di Volta, which came out May 1st. It went to the bestsellers on Amazon, went to #1 a couple times. Not that that really matters. Anyways, I'm going to read the first canto from the book. A letter to Flavia Vamori from Crito di Volta, patientpower@gmail.com, to Flavia Vamori, bacunanite2000@gmail.com. On a weekend pass. Flavia, my eyes are red as a sunrise. This first time I swallow my speed and hope. Teetering on the street like a bull full of swords. The sunbeam stabbed me while wishes to see you staggered me across to the Diplomatico, where, calvaried in the laughter of the patio, hunchbacked in misfitness, I saw your sword splitting eyelight boil my wounds into a moment of balm. May you never be... You know what, guys? I'm going to have to start that one over. Sorry about this. Just my throat was had a little frog in there, and I couldn't get the words out.
No problem. I love this poem so much. Nice to hear that loud.
Thank you so much, David. God bless you. Let me just continue now. Flavia, my eyes are red as a sunrise. This first time I swallow my speed and hope. Teetering on the street like a bull full of swords. The sunbeam stabbed me while wishes to see you staggered me across to the Diplomatico, where, calvaried in the laughter of the patio, hunchbacked in misfitness, I saw your sword splitting eyelight boil my wounds into a moment of balm. May you always be the dandelion growing into blows of perpetual steps, and never the iris growing into passive opulence. May you never be taken until completely given. A crow alights a spire point in the snow, while this patient tries to believe the Father's promise of race straight reasons up God's sleeve. The Father, a lonesomeness snakes through his quavering veins and lotus-skinned, soulless cord soul. I turn. Out from the dying echoes of his house, I crisply sing the Smiths through the streets, gallivanting free. Flavia, the amphetamine's working. After the TMS and the ECT, after the clozapine and the exorcising, after years of pitch darkness with an autumn wasp, after the sanatoriums and the psych ward queens who snuffed themselves despite having sworn to my soul they would never, and who did not leave a note behind, I feel like a romantic again. Flavia, be in me as the strength of an orphan supermaning in his sorrows and calamity. May your heart so naturally dart for the tear-skinned wasp-cored souls, but not be stung. Rattle the world harder than the guerrilla machine gunning at the start of her first battle. Be in me as the brusque verity of a cadaver, and not as anything hazy, an Afghan field of poppies for the unrequited lover. Have me in the intensity of Christ on the cross, a second before he gave, and not in the calm comfort of a lover in my arms. Let us to the prisoners of war who hang themselves, and not to the easy chit-chat of drunken-haired or dandies. I won't let you be taken until completely given. Would you rather be the speed of a sunbeam or its brightness? Have me in the holy lunacy of maniacs on soapboxes and city cores and college borders, blasting manifestos and singing the melody lines of people's veins. Flavia, when we met at Diplomatico, I never had my contacts on so I could look you in the eyes. Flavia, when we met at Diplomatico, I never wore my contacts so I could look you in the eyes. Now I go forward with footsoles of wind. Flavia, don't let me be taken until completely given. Thank you. Okay. Next, this one's for David. This is Canto 6 from the epic Grito di Volta, which is called The Prelude to the Overpoet. At Flavia's attic, darn frogs. At Flavia's attic party, I popped 2 caps of E that must have been cut with LSD. Lips of worms kiss me while the wind slaps the green out of the spruces and the stoplights. My eyes, now blue-winged butterflies, tirelessly beat themselves into caresses for the invisible, who singly up parties as estesso in Greek, as syllables pop into signals when I speak. While epiphanies street fight over me, I bet the sun my eyelights for its rays. that these will be my most visionary days, that my vortex of utopia will craze all humans attempting to see beyond what they can see through their malaise. I wear my visions on my sleeve and heartbeat suicide to death, and seduce the tyrants with my hung tongue and reduce the Vatican. A tilt of my head eclipses Assad, whose drink I propose to everyone. The overpoet will survive the poet's noose of slack. Finally, after all the years of jeers, which hunchbacked his spirit like Keats's critics, why do the poets always mock the seers and laugh at Vedic voices? A Vedic voice, like a spokes poking stick, will hurl the data rider skyward and down to the jetty of his mind. And the overpoet, an outsider, will lead his jeers first, then humankind. Thank you. Next we have a short sonnet. A short sonnet from a place called Holy Lyrics, which are toward the end, at the end here. Sorry, guys. Okay. Here are two very short portions from it. To see the faces of the Father and the Son. To see the faces of the Father and the Son, first turn your back on your own reflection, then burn your ego by the magnified beams of your soul, eclipsed by the moon of your dreams. Dreams of a bondage we are programmed to love blind, while cheerleading the destruction of our kind. When one esteems one's reputation in heaven more than one's reputation on earth, one's soul, a sudden, transmutes from stillborn blue cocoon to white-winged butterfly birth. One must prize one's reputation in the Creator's heart more than one's reputation in his creation's eyes to ensure a place in or anywhere near his paradise. Okay, so I'm going to read a little bit from. I'm close to done. I hope you're enjoying it. I thank you very much. Salute to all of you out there listening. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. This is from the part that comes right after the part I read for David. So the part that I read for David was called Canto 6, the prelude to the Overpoet. And this is the next canto that follows it called Il Mortarista, which the context of the story is that Crito is about to give this massive speech, as they do often in epic poems, a massive speech to a throng of students outside of McMaster University's Mills Memorial Library in Hamilton, Ontario. Okay. On my 27th birthday, Il Mortaio, like a lone vermilion pillar marking oases in a desert, he stands, mocks a professor. I blast upon the sky blue tabletop with hand on hip. What are you doing up there? A student jeers. What are you doing down there? I sear. I'll split your brain in half with my tongue if I must, but trust I wish for peace the most. We sleep under the microscope of those who bloom in the shadows. We must wake soon or sleep unto our deaths. Exist beneath the microscope of those who live in the shadows. Unite, uprise, or sleep unto our deaths. You who've never mourned in private chambers, nor learned the ways of penitence, nor cared enough to think to learn, nor thought enough to learn to care. I've come to you for outdoor celebrations. I've come to you for your libations to cascade the rising insights of my end time epiphanies. And you who've never raised the standards of your spirits, let me brace your forearms so they'll withstand the weight of nothingness and then the weight of the universe. And you who've yet to unwrap your minds of firm woven false flags, I will do your thinking for you till your minds are naked in the truth light again. And you inside the safety of your isms, you can only thrive inside the ivoriest of ivory towers, who may only be beloved among one sort of people. I will teach you danger and risk again. I will teach you how to address the masses you hate and who probably hate you. Or wait, the former after the latter. I almost had you. You who are rich even but have gardeners and no friends. You who've grown too keen on stasis. You who've sought out campy pamphlets on how to become a heroin addict. I'll cast out your demons at your commands. I'll bend your Browning spoons without my hands. You who love memes with nativity scenes of Lego blocks or plasticine. I will show you. I will teach you the family again. And you who histrionically attempt your acts of warmth in this age of ice, just so you might claim your own humanity. I will teach you to be natural again and human again and godly again, okay? Oh, now, listen, no. This is a prayer. This is a prayer. And I am praying now. This is a prayer. This is a prayer. You're in a temple now. You who have not yet distinguished the feeling of dew from sweat upon your high, light brows, take thought. I sing and pray these preludes, these eastlit words, these letters of secrets I set to my off-beating heart for you, too. We must wake soon or sleep unto our deaths, must cast the first stones at Horus's eye, must seek his world's hiding human chiefs, whose gray waves break like the promises to us, break over bells of a church where choruses die. How will we cross the fading white horizon? We are all entranced by their wavelengths. Should we now dress in black for both of us? We must wake soon or sleep unto our deaths. We must wake soon or sleep unto our deaths. Might see streets lit with bankster torches. Mustn't sidewalk our heritage on garbage day. Must learn once more the way to the temple, for there is one who knows the way to our door. And below the vulture gyre above the shore, the gray waves break like the promises to us. The horizon is bearing the sky like a truss. We must wake soon or sleep unto our deaths. We must wake soon or sleep unto our deaths. Must thrust our souls of swords into the shadows, no matter who our hidden masters be. Under whose microscopes we sleep in stabbing light. Under whom we cheerly the destruction of our kind. Our heads bowed down with the weight of the media, like a new dawn's dew-heavy daisies. Sideway waves of dandelion clocks will whirl up to the heavens. We must wake soon or sleep unto our deaths. Thank you very much, guys. Salute to you all.
Thank you so much, Marc.
Wonderful work as always.